Welcome to the show. It's Project Open Mic. Let's get the show off right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here with me, cause it's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. Let's get the topic straight. Let's get things good. Let's do everything that we should. It's Project Open Mic. Let's kick the show off right. Let's open our minds and take out our style. Let's see what's going on in the world tonight. It's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. It's Project Open Mic. Let's kick the show off right. It's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. It's Project Open Mic. Let's kick the show off right. It's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. What is going on, everybody? This is your boy Tig of Project Open Mic. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to another episode as we talk about all things in the news and topics and revolving around us. Right now, I want to give a shout out to everybody out there who's tuning in. This is your boy Tig. Thank you. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys had a great Memorial weekend and you enjoy and you were safe and there was no craziness. There's some craziness we're going to talk about a little bit, but I hope that you guys were safe and you're doing well. Tonight we're going to talk about the Pride Before the Fall because of what this month is and everything like that. But we have other topics to talk about as well too. Again, you guys can catch us out on YouTube, as you can see down here. YouTube at Project Open Mic. You can subscribe, like, share, thumbs up, thumbs down, make no difference. Share the video. Or you can go to Twitch TV, Project Open Mic, or you go to Facebook at t3records.com. Facebook T3 Records. You can see us there. And of course, Nico, Project Open Mic, You Now, You Live, all those. You could check us out there as well. And if you want audio, you can of course check us out at Spotify, Anchor, Google, Stitcher, wherever you get your podcast. Links are in the description if you're one of those platforms that get the description, so you can see what's going on. So with that said, yes, let's get into some of tonight's topics a little bit. So what I want to talk about is, of course, sadly, and it is sadly, so I'll bring it up. That's why I was trying to say, make sure everybody was safe and everything. Sadly, we had a couple mass shootings. Now, the media is, again, I always said already, the media is part of the problem, and the problem is they don't talk about some of the people who stopped the mass shootings, because again, they don't do that. No, heart goes out for the people out there who got lost family members and lose their lives, because it's not an easy thing, of course. I totally get it and understand that. Tulsa, the medical shooting, of course, the little children, which were evil little, just evil. And the thing about it is, you can see what it is. Now, is it mostly males? Yes. And you can see also that it's different. Yeah, because you have the one who did the shooting in New York. So you had in New York, Buffalo, white kid, who shot up the kids, Hispanic, who shot the subway, black, white. They're all Asian. Was the Catholic church that got shot up in and also got shot in California. It's just, the only thing I would say is males, and a lot of it is because these are young boys who are trouble, who didn't have their fathers and stuff like that in their lives, because that has reflected. They was talking about, I forgot, the worst shooting ever was in Sweden. Was it Sweden? let me double check that if you don't mind, because I know the story, but I want to make sure of the, you know. Let me double check that in. Let me see. Was it Sweden? Let me see. Doing this live on the air. Let's see. Where this guy went to shut down thing. Let me see. No, it's not that. I might have to go. I'll have to do this way. I know if it's Sweden, but I know it was someplace. There's a reason I want to bring this up, and I talked about it last week when I talked about the way some of these kids need to be. So I want to bring up. Let me see. Yes, and then let's see. I want to make sure. Okay, I'm gonna have to. It was no. Oh, okay. It was Norwegian. Norway. It was in Norway. It was Norway. And I'll play a little clip so you can understand what I'm talking about in that situation. So first, let's get some quick stuff out of the way. I am not surprised. I'm not super happy, but I'm not surprised 'cause I didn't really follow it. But Johnny Depp won his defamation case, and then one defamation was, one count was awarded to Amber Heard, but she was a crazy lady. She was just a straight up crazy lady. She needed help, but the stuff that she did to Johnny, and again, it is the audio tape of her saying some of these things. I'm like, how the heck in UK? Of course, UK they let that slide, but in America they didn't. But how the heck in UK they let that slide and think? I'm like, you have video, you have audio, you have all this thing, and just because she's a female, she gets away with it? No. But in this time, justice did prevail. Johnny did won. Will he ever get all that money? No, he won't. But hey, I want to see the Hollywood people who want to touch Amber Heard because she's a toxic person. She literally needs to not, go to something different. That's all I could think of. It's just that bad for her. So she lost the case. She lost the case, sadly. But we'll see how all that stuff plays out. That is something that we will see. That's one thing out of the way. Another thing that's out of the way is there are, how should I say this? Give me a second here, and I apologize for the noise. Something just got updated, of course, the computer. But like I said, going back to the mass shooting, like I said, it's different races. It is males. I said it in the last program, in the last episode, where young men, because we're trying to make this a female society, feminist society, and not attain to young men. These young men are getting defranchised, detached from reality, and they seek attention the worst ways that you could possibly see each word. They don't want to be famous. They want to be infamous. They think it's famous, but it's infamous for doing horrible things. And I've stated once and said again. At least the one for Tulsa, the guy did kill himself. He did end his life, and hey, keep keep the taxpayer money out, and we don't have to wait. We don't have to do no trial or nothing. The man's guilty, so I like the little kid. Sorry, and the mother was like, "Oh, he had his reasons for what he did. He had his reasons to kill 20 kids." Are you crazy, lady? Yeah, I know you gotta fight for your son, but your son did a heinous act. He ain't got nothing. He ain't got no reason for that. That's why I like what PragerU said when she was like, he had his reasons to do this, and don't judge him. I never like, no, he didn't, and yes, we'll judge him. Just like how I always come with mostly women, but mostly black women come with the whole thing about, oh, only God could judge me. No, a lot of people could judge you. Anybody could judge you. But we're not gonna play those word games as usual. So, with that said, and the reason, and so getting to the point. So June is Pride Month. They recognize it. This is the month where all the companies spit out the rainbow, turn skills, talk all kind of crap. They don't give a dang about nothing. Heck, they look at Walmart. They try. What was it? Let me see if I can find a video and play that. I'll see if I can find out. Look at Walmart, because Walmart tried to jump in and into the whole Juneteenth with, and I'm not per se. That's not my thing per se. Now that's so I forgot. It was pretty crazy. Yeah, it became a holiday last year, and then it just it went towards that. So let me see if we can bring this up on here, because corporations don't care too much about stuff like this. But now I just want to play what they want to do. They're taking a holiday. I already said it again. If you want to make Juneteenth your holiday, go right ahead. Have fun, enjoy it. My thing is this. I'm gonna celebrate the ending for when Texas released 300 slaves. I hope you guys could, celebrate the Emancipation Proclamation in September 22nd, or when it was signed in December 8th, or I think 8 or 9. Skip on that, but the proclamation, which freed millions. So you wanna not celebrate the millions, but the 300, and then again, that's only there so people get their holidays, and most of those people get holidays are government, and most of the government are white people. So yeah, they get extra day off, while I, a black man, gotta pay for that crap. I don't like it. Never did. Hated it at all. But again, it took only 1 year for them to be turned into turn into a spectacle.
Major corporation, this time Walmart.
Walmart is pulling an ice cream commemorating Juneteenth from its shelves after a social media backlash. The Juneteenth ice cream features a message to celebrate African American culture.
It ain't celebrating no African American culture, but whatever.
But critics called it a tone-deaf
Freedom Day.
effort to cash in on the federal holiday.
You gotta like this. Yes, pictures. Juneteenth, a black girl. I know how this works, but it's still funny.
Walmart is also selling party favors and clothing with Juneteenth branding.
Let me see. You couldn't use a black girl. This is how tone deaf this is. You couldn't even use a black girl to put on Juneteenth things. It's crazy. This is the craziness that we gotta deal with so much. Jeez.
released a statement apologizing and says it's going to remove the items as appropriate. Juneteenth commemorates the end of slavery in the United States.
No, it did not. And stop lying. It did not.
Better way to commemorate the end of slavery than with some Juneteenth ice cream, which sounds like something that Ben and Jerry's would do, because they actually did come out with a special Black Lives Matter flavor ice cream. But as Fortune magazine explains, Ben and Jerry's activist history allows it to call out white supremacy and police brutality, or...
Yeah, I'll leave it at that. But we already got ice cream. We got all kind of crazy stuff that they want to talk about. So yeah, that's what it is. And again, it's so weird that you couldn't even get you couldn't even get a black girl with silhouette to put on the shirts. But I know it is. It's just somebody posing and they impose the shirt on a lot of things. Have different colors, guys. It just be easier for certain things, because there's certain things that certain people can't wear. Just saying. And trust me, I'm not a part of the whole cultural appropriation crap. Okay, no. It just, if you're gonna pander right. That's all I'm saying. So you have the situation of that, of course, of in that regard. And I want to play. So going back to the thing. So so this is basically what this is why I say again, fathers are important. All right. And this is why a lot of the guys in jail is because of this. Because they have raised by single parents, and more single parents who raise up boys or women, and the guys, the young boys, pick up most of the women's, let's be honest, emotional outbursts and everything, and it translated to becoming what it is. Just like that mother for the Hispanic kids said that crazy crap that she just said. Yeah, of course the son is not surprisingly crazy. Seriously. So you have it here, let me see if we can rewind it back and go and see what happened here. Just let me see a little bit. Let's go back here and see what happened, and let you listen to us. How, again, fathers are important.
Of favoring the fucking female. Custody disputes today favor women 68 to 88% of the time, and fathers just 8 to 14%, with equal custody achieved in just 2 to 6% of all custody cases. There's a reason why when a husband and wife split the house, the husband takes the outside. And it ain't only America that reflects this, but all of Western society, including Europe, where I'd remind you, the first rounds of the herd depth dogfight were waged to begin with. As mass shootings are en vogue at present, you may wish to recall the case of Anders Breivik, who carried out one of the deadliest shootings in world history at a summer camp in Tyrifjorden. Yes, I know I probably mangled that word harder than Pelosi.
Which is a horrible thing that he did that.
He's plastic surgeon, but fuck you and your goofy elf language, Norway. While the breathless coverage of his pseudo-Nazi leanings and proclivity for plagiarizing the Unabomber manifesto festooned frantic media headlines for fucking months, few wish to examine the man's personal history, which, to put it bluntly, had more red flags than Mark Kelly's ape hangers. His father, a prominent economist in Norway no less, had sued for custody of his kid for fucking years after hearing credible reports that Breivik's mother was a walking fucking pharmacy, had wished death on a 4-year-old Anders Breivik, and may or may not have been diddling her own son. In spite of overwhelming evidence and repeated attempts to remove Breivik from that home, Norwegian courts, as in America, erred on the side of the mother by default, and so he was reared in an emotionally and perhaps sexually abusive household until he inevitably erupted, which was the media's cue, of course, to blame black metal and fucking fascism. Why do I mention all this? Because this feminine court bias is old enough to join Judas Priest at this point.
So there you go. The father tried to intervene and try to, being the right father, whatever, but the courts blocked it multiple times. And this guy grew up and shot 77 kids. As horrible as that is. This guy got there. And then the court system, after a while, let him free. Not, like years, but like, what? Norwegian, what were you thinking, huh? What is that? Nani? Are y'all crazy? This dude he should be This you know what this means. That's what he should be. The man's still alive. How y'all do that? I don't get that. It is weird. Absolutely weird. But this is what's going on in the world today. But we're seeing more and more of these shootings again. We gotta stop. Like, if you ever have the chance, reach out to some of these young men. A lot of these young men are being feminized and emotionalized, that they outburst or whatever, and they go do these heinous acts. That's why I always will say fathers are important, just as much as mothers. It takes two to have the kid. And if the two of you can't get together, please co-parent. Please be better with your children. That's what's needed. Because without the discipline of the father in most cases, or the stern talking, a lot of these boys grew up emotionally damaged. And this one was worse because, you know, she was molesting her own son. Ugh, just disgusting. Just disgusting, just horrible. So, I just wanted to, you know, like I said, these mass shootings are happening more and more, and this is not a black thing, not a white thing. Like I said, the last couple mass shootings is basically all different races: Asian, black, white, Hispanic. That's what it is. Now, I want to talk about. Let's just play a little bit of. I got. You know, I'll just let it play because I was surprised by this. I was shocked by this. Moving on to the next segment. We already know how inflation and all that stuff is, right? So let's just listen to this.
Fired and you never have to resign.
But it wasn't just the president who got it wrong a year or so ago. I want to play for you what you said about inflation last year. Listen to this.
Is there a risk of inflation? I think there's a small risk, and I think it's manageable. I don't anticipate that inflation is going to be a problem, but it is something that we're watching very carefully.
Was it a mistake, Madam Secretary, to downplay this inflation risk? Did that contribute to the problems we're all seeing right now?
Well, look, I think I was wrong then about the path that inflation would take. As I mentioned, there have been unanticipated and large shocks to the economy that have boosted energy and.
I'm not you are the secretary, you're the treasury. I'm not that. And I called it before you even got the job. How funny is that? Before you got the job, I said this was going to happen. Lo and behold, it happened. And you were like, oh, at least I'll give you that. You admit that you was wrong. You don't get too many Democrats and all politicians to be saying that. So I give you a golf clap. But again, I called this before even you had a job that this was going to happen. Or the energy and all that stuff. Yeah, because your boss cut back the supply, which was a stupid thing too.
And food prices and supply bottlenecks that have affected our economy badly, that I didn't, at the time, didn't fully understand.
You didn't understand? Woman, what are you smoking? Holy crap, I need some of that. You didn't understand? Again, you could go back to my videos before these people got elected. I've said these in prior shows, that this was going to happen. And I have a video that said, prove me wrong. This is the problem with the Biden administration. All these people who were hired are diversity hires. They're not hired because they're the best, the brightest, the smartest. because there's a woman, there's a black man, a white woman, a gay, a LGBT, whatever. That's all they have to hide on. Just that. Not the best. Sorry, if I want a doctor, I don't want a doctor because it's a trans or none of that crap. I want the best doctor out there. It could be white. It could be a guy who's a cannibalism. But if he's the best doctor to do a sort of surgery that I need, get me that guy. Okay? Jeez Louise.
White House concede that the Fed calling inflation transitory was a mistake?
Yes.
I think the White House concedes that them also calling it transitory was a mistake, because you saw it's not just President Biden, his top economic advisors, also Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, who earlier tonight told Wolf Blitzer that she was wrong to call it transitory when she said that inflation had posed only a small risk.
Yes, don't forget, Janet, Mrs. Yee took 900 billion, was it 900 million, 900 million, sorry, $900,000 from a, from a hedge fund. Yeah, you're not the most clean squeak lady too, yo lady.
That was something that you heard not just from experts outside the administration, but repeatedly from officials here at the White House.
I hate to tell anyone to be on Twitter. You guys all know my feelings about Twitter. But when the White House was coming out with that inflation is transitory, meaning it's just going to be this little thing for now and then it's going to go away. And
I played a clip of them saying all that and switched it because I did a video about that as well too. So in past shows, in a past show, I called this out as well.
Sensible person on Twitter was saying this is complete nonsense, and we were going to find out that it's complete nonsense in a month or two. But notice Biden, we showed you the cold open talking about inflation, saying it's not going to happen or it'll be temporary or transitory or whatever, or Yellen, transitory inflation. Nobody gets fired. Nobody gets blamed.
Of course.
Think about your own life for a moment. So I run a business here, right? I have a production company that runs this show. I have a business manager who handles most of our finances, and I've got a producer over there sitting there who handles the production of the show. They're responsible for making sure that everything is working properly and that the budgets make sense and we can do the things that we want to do and we can produce the content we want to produce, et cetera, et cetera. If I found out that they were spending far more money than we had, or that they were cooking the books, or they forgot to carry the one, that's a big one, I would probably fire somebody. Michael, yes. I'm looking at you. You could be in a lot of trouble. So that is the point. Nobody gets fired. But I think in their world, they're writing it off. They just don't know what a write-off is, but they're the ones who are writing it off. Yep. There's a little Seinfeld for you. You get the point. They all just fail up and they don't actually produce anything.
That's what most governments do, and I like that you said that they fail up. Who does that? They don't fail. They don't fail down. They fail up. Oh, I spend $50 billion and put missiles in the wrong hands. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, I'll do better next time. I give the drug cartels guns so we could track them, not knowing that they'll come back and kill American citizens. Eric Holder, you.
Loser.
Yeah. Oh, so let me get this straight. You want to ban guns, but you want to give guns to the bad guys to kill us. How that makes sense, I don't get it.
But what's interesting is there's been a little shift in the mainstream media. They're starting to ask the right questions, right? So I try to give credit where credit is due.
I do too.
Kind of addressing the right question with Janet Yellen. And here's CNN kind of admitting that maybe this has a little something to do with Biden and his policies.
Road trips are going to be way more expensive this summer. We now have 9 states where the average is $4.90 a gallon or higher, the latest being Arizona, Illinois, and New York. California now stands at $6.15 a gallon.
I'm going to help you out with something. Democrat, 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 and Democrat. Are you surprised that those gas prices are high in those places? I'm not.
Pete mentioned the national average, $4.62 a gallon. That's up 44 cents from a month ago. The problem is that supply just cannot keep up with really strong demand as people.
There ain't no strong demand.
Will travel more.
There ain't no strong demand. What the heck are you talking about? strong demand. There ain't no strong demand. It's going back to normalcy. This is normal, but because of our president in chief, Mr. Hey, I want to go to the mall. Biden, who took supply down, yeah, now you got a problem. It's just like, again, we had a lot of water. They took away half the water, and when the normal people who come for the water, it causes a problem. I swear.
The problem is that supply can't keep up with demand. Well, it was keeping up with demand until Joe Biden became president, and we do know this has nothing to do with Ukraine, because in the year that Biden was president, before Ukraine and Russia, gas still went up $1 a gallon. We covered that many times, but they're at least addressing. There are some problems right now, and things are expensive, and people are going to have to spend more on their road trips and everything else. Here's ABC's Jonathan Karl talking about inflation, and he doesn't want to admit it, but he sort of has to.
If you look at the numbers, inflation really started to rise almost exactly when Biden came in the White House. Now,
Really? Oh my gosh, really? Can you believe that? I see why he said that. I didn't see it. You think? I can't believe that. Let's play that again.
When Biden came in the White House. Now.
Yeah. That's what happened. That's what I said is going to happen. And was I proven wrong? No, I was not.
Biden came in the White House. Now, obviously,
well, that argues my point, doesn't it?
But look at this chart on gas prices just since February. If you look at it is a shocking increase that doesn't correspond.
You gotta love it. Like, they're just such activists that even as he's saying, well, it has something to do with Biden.
Exactly.
Like, they're just so awful. But they cannot hide the truth when it's so obviously right in front of you, right? That's the thing.
Yep. That is the thing. That is the thing. Of course it is. Now, let me put this out for this. Here's another thing, the government. Remember last week, I showed you that the government, the Biden administration, are basically giving Similac and food and everything, and baby formula towards illegals other than the citizens, and funny enough, they say, oh, we don't want to break that law, but you're breaking law by flying in illegals into the country. Huh?
Motherfucker. That don't even make no goddamn sense.
Exactly. So I don't get that. So we doing that. But also, here's another. Most of the time, it's not always one major thing it's mostly multiple things that causes problems. So that's one of the problems. Here's another part of the problems, which again, John Stossel found out, and I'm happy to play it for you because it is something that's needed.
Struggle to feed their hungry babies. Why is there a formula shortage? It's not COVID shipping delays.
Nope.
Capitalism works. Other supermarket shelves are filled. Plus, other countries have no shortage. Here are shelves in Mexico, Sweden,
full,
France.
Full.
The problem, as usual, is really the law itself.
Trade specialist Scott Lincecum calls this a government-caused shortage.
Am I shocked? No.
You won't hear that from most media.
Of course not.
They cover the business that announced a problem.
Abbott Nutrition has issued a voluntary recall for powdered baby formula.
We are here because a company was not able to guarantee that its plant was safe, and that plant has shut down.
I got a question, Pete Buttigieg. Why do we need just one company to make the one thing? How about we have multiple companies? Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. The government got involved.
One factory closure doesn't cause massive
Thank you.
In a free market, you would expect to be able to fill in the gaps left by Abbott.
But America's baby formula market is not a free market.
The dairy
Am I shocked again? No.
industry gives millions to politicians.
The dairy industry in the United States has a really long history of lobbying the government and achieving protection.
That's why it's so hard to bring foreign formula here. Dairy industry lobbyists got Congress to slap fat tariffs on formula from overseas.
Oh, you mean the same kind of tariffs that the last president tried to do to get people back into the country, and y'all was saying, oh, it's so un-American, and so the... No, get your butts from... Why are we having supply issues, and why do we have certain things that are important made in China? Why can't we make them in America? Again, we couldn't even have freaking penicillin. No penicillin company was made. No company makes penicillin in America. What?
No, son of a bitch!
But we can give it to a country that don't like us. So when they feel like they don't want to do nothing, we suffer. Right. That's a smart idea.
There was a gray market where people were getting around these rules.
American parents enlisted third-party sellers to obtain European infant formula.
Boxes of formula arrived, but Customs wouldn't let American parents have it.
Customs, at the FDA's direction, has been seizing European baby formula shipments at the border, much like a drug seizure.
They even brag about it.
Wait. So you could get that, but you can't stop the illegals. Oh, man.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection seized nearly $162,000 worth of mislabeled baby formula.
Customs then destroys the formula.
Of course. So again, you can seize that, but you can't stop the fentanyl that's coming in the country that's causing a lot of these a lot of people very addictive to the drugs, because opioid is one of the number one causes of a lot of people's death. Yeah. Thank you, government.
Some are banned even if the ingredients are just listed in the wrong order.
If you have the wrong scooper, banned. If you don't list a certain ingredient that the FDA demands, you're banned. Even if a third-party retailer provides you with the English translation, it's banned.
I would think the government now would suspend those rules.
Certainly should, but the dairy industry lobbied very hard for these rules that have provided them essentially a captive market. They're not going to give that up easily.
So what's our government doing now? Sending military planes to pick up formula in Germany. Operation Fly Formula, the administration.
No, son of a bitch!
So we're spending more money to get... Oh, my God. Boy, do the government do bad with our taxpayers' money. Jeez.
Calls it. But they pick up only the few bottles made in FDA-approved facilities. And then they waste time inspecting it on arrival. They say they just want to make sure the formula is safe.
I think a legitimate concern if it were infant formula coming from perhaps China, but the fact is that the largest producer and exporter of infant formula is in Europe.
Maybe the European product isn't as safe.
It is safe. It's safe for European babies. It's exported all over the world. What we really need is a regime that simply says, if it's approved abroad, it's approved here. Parents should be able to decide for themselves.
So why don't we have that?
The FDA is extremely jealous of its regulatory authority. If they haven't approved it, it's banned.
Recently, the FDA said, we'll make a rare exception for one British company. But what took so long?
We always want to be as fast as we can possibly be while also being diligent.
The commissioner even sounds sleepy.
We have to.
That's a good one. That's a good one, John. He does sound sleepy. He doesn't look like a person who's at the wheel. He literally is a part of the Biden administration. Exactly.
To get this right.
Finally, one other big government-created reason for the shortage.
Unfortunately, we don't really have a diverse supplier base in the United States because of years and years of U.S. government intervention in the domestic baby formula market via a program called WIC.
No more checks. Using WIC is easier than ever.
WIC, a food stamp-like program for women, infants, and children, has grown so much it now buys half the baby formula in America.
If your baby needs formula, we will help keep her fed.
Abbott Laboratories grabbed most of that market by offering the government the lowest price.
Of course they did.
But that made the shortage worse when
Abbott Laboratories issued a recall for its baby formula.
It's going to take weeks for Abbott to get manufacturing up and running again because they're going to need FDA clearance to do so. The time for fixing all of this was months before the crisis hit.
Yep.
Because now that we have a highly concentrated domestic market, now that we have a tariff and regulatory wall around the country, you simply can't snap your fingers and expect supply to materialize overnight.
We have to move with caution as well as speed.
So much of what government does seems to be trying to fix things government messed up in the first place.
Exactly.
Very much so. And that's one of the most frustrating things we're seeing.
Especially with the media and politicians saying,
the real problem, as usual, is corporate power run amok.
Corporate greed, there might be a need for indictment.
The usual.
Wait. Hold on. What was
power
that?
Run amok.
Corporate.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
What is that? Why you have purple? What the?
Greed, there might be a need for indictment.
The usual.
Oh, we're going to get to you, Miss Plastic Surgery person.
Suspects are blaming capitalism and blaming greedy corporations. And it's clearly government policy that's causing the biggest problems.
And there you go. So if you have babies and you're looking for stuff like this or whatever, that's the cause of the problem. As crazy as it is, but that's what it is. And it sucks. It really does. But that's one of the reasons I'm a libertarian and I try to point this out to you guys so you guys can see it. That's what the government does. The way it is. I'm a person. I like other people. Yes, I want. Excuse me. There's some things government should do. I'm not, and it's a limited things. I could list all the stuff that they should do. But they get their hands in too much things. The same corporation pay them money so they could get the backs to them. So, like I said, the rich know the rules. You pay them. You pay the kingmakers, and you make the money. That's what they do. So, I want to get into the part again, back into the pride part that we just talked about. Because I want to read this. I want to read this lovely story that you see on the screen. And of course, it is in Chicago. As you can see, West Cook News. I ain't going to pronounce it because I don't care that part. But the school district is implementing race-based grading in 2022 and 23 school year. Yeah.
Oh, no.
This is not good. This is horrible news. And they might look at it, oh, it's a great thing. No, it's not. Oak Park and River Forest High School administrations will require teachers next school year to adjust their classroom grading scales to accommodate for skin color or ethnicity of its students. If that ain't the most racist crap I've seen, the hell. The school board members discussed a plan called Transformative Education Professional Development Grading. This is another part of the of course. You don't. They say that we don't teach. We don't teach these crazy things at the school. Yes, you do. In an effort to equalize test scores among racial groups, there's a way to do that, but we'll keep on going. the school district will order its teachers to exclude from their grading assessment variables it says disproportionately hurt grades of black students. They can no longer dock from this is the
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
they will no longer dock for missing classes, misbehaving, failing to turn in their assignments. Are you out your flipping minds? You people are flipping nuts. And these same kids are going to be robbing people. They ain't going to know left from right. They don't know 2 plus 2. They don't know, they ain't have a financial future. These are kids who don't know nothing. And they want these, this is why I say they want black kids to be stupid. Traditional grading practices perpetuate inequalities and intensifies opportunity gap. No, it does not. No, it does not. You raise the standards. You do not follow the standards because you get more stupid people. And again, I know most of the, sorry, I'm gonna call it out. I know most of the Democrats that care for this is the Democrat one district, of course. They want you to be stupid so they could tell you, hey, we're gonna tell you don't go vote for gas, even though your prices of your food, everything will go up, but we gonna be all right. Like they want stupid people. Or in other words, like Stalin said, they want useful idiots. Give us your vote, and we're gonna keep you in poverty, but hey, we'll give you crumbs. We want you to fix the roads. You want me to fix the roads, peasant? No, know your place. You are supposed to give me thy vote and keep me in power, and I give you a little bit of crumbs. And I make your causes look pontiferous in the media. But other than that, get away from me, thy peasant. This is ridiculous. Raise the PowerPoint slide deck outlining the racial goals, whatever. That's not your job, schools. Teach the dang kids and let them thing fall. If they miss classes, that's the thing. I think when I was in high school, I missed 2 weeks. 1 week I was out for suspension, which was not my fault. And my mom, and trust me, because my mom was a strict person. And I trust me, when I got suspended, my mom, I was scared, but it was because of a teacher who was kind of a little touchy with girls. And he let the girls slide and the boys didn't. And I was like, but that's another story to be told. And then the other one because I was gay naturalized, which was 1 day, and I had chicken pox. Out of 4 years, I missed 2 weeks. And that's what made, I don't know, I got me a great score in the SATs. Maybe, and that's also I got, scholarship. So when I got out of college, I didn't have no student loans. I don't know. Raising it made me work harder. Son of a gun. Who will believe that? It calls for the school district leader to describe competency-based grading, eliminating eliminating zeros from grade books, encouraging and rewarding growth over time. What in the world with these teachers? The school district, they all need to be fired. Somebody need to vote them the hell out. Teachers are being instructed how to measure students' growth while keeping the school leaders' politic ideology in mind. I don't give a dang about that. Nobody does. Teachers and administrations of the school district will continue the process necessary to make greater improvements that reflects our core beliefs and the plan states promising to consistently integrate equity assignments and grade practices into all academic and elective courses by fall. So I'll give you an example of this crazy nonsense. In California, You gotta, it is mandated that you have to do ethnic studies and stuff like that. But to teach them home ec, to teach them how to cook and do stuff for themselves, and also Econ 101, which so they know how to balance a checkbook and all that stuff, all that. No, we don't want that to be that, but we want to know, hey, you're black and we're gonna keep you in. And again, what was it said? 75% of boys in California cannot, black boys cannot read at grade level. So, and they're gonna keep on going with this. According to the Illinois State Board elections, 30% of sophomore students taking the SATs fail. I wonder why. The school district failure rate was 77% for black kids, 49% for Hispanic kids, and 27% for Asian kids, and 25% for whites. Okay, that's up to the parents to make sure that the kids do the thing. It's not the school district. You're supposed to teach and test. If they don't follow it, you fail them. Passing, failing people, and again, this is a Republican thing too, because it's stupid. One of the policies I hated that Bush passed was that No Child Left Behind nonsense. That was utter trash and garbage that he passed. I hated that thing, No Child Left Behind. You passing kids who never fail. Who fail, who can't read, who can't write, and you pass them on to do what? To fail more and more and more. They're failing up. And that's not a good thing. Advocates of the so-called equity-based grading practices, which seeks to raise the grade points of average black students and lower the scores of high-achieving Asians, whites, Hispanic ones, say the new grading criteria are necessary to further school district mission of the diversity, equity, equality. Oh, shut the hell up.
What the fuck?
So stupid. By training teachers to remove non-academic. Well, again, what in the world? So let me get it straight. By training teachers to remove non-academic factors from their grading practices, but I'm going to school for oh my God. Parents, please be in your student's life. And any black person who thinks this is a good idea, you're an idiot. You're an idiot, and you're making young kids look stupider. Black people look stupider, and they're gonna fail, and they're gonna turn to crime and doing other stuff that they ain't supposed to do because they don't have the mental fortitude to do the right thing in society. Holy crap! White liberals are dangerous people. They're flipping dangerous. By removing non-academic factors from their grading practices and recognizing personal biases and manifests, the district can proactively signal the clear commitment to the DG, which is then whatever, F them. I don't give a damn about them because they don't do nothing. Which sell, of course, which sell concerted services to colleges and universities. They want you from beginning to end. They want to indoctrinate you from since you hit the school all to college. Sullivan calls the grading based on traditional classroom testing and homework performance outdated. No, it's not. No, it's not outdated. And foster unconscious biases. So, who is this? Who is that person? Who is that person? I need to know who's this person. Of course it would be a female. Of course, they didn't want to show her face either. Margaret Sullivan, Associate Director of the EBA Strategic Research Department. She serves as a researcher with the District Leadership Forum, where she conducts the best practice research to address the top challenges of facing public schools today. You're doing a shitty job, lady. You're doing a shitty job. Previous research includes emerging strategies to expand colleges' access to unrepresentative population and how the institution of higher education can respond to student debt crisis by putting them into more student debt. Prior to joining Margaret was an elementary school teacher with experience teaching under-resourced and diverse classroom. Her teaching experience forced on curriculum development, financial literacy program, and supported English language learners. In her free time, Margaret enjoys cooking, sewing, and musical theater. Sorry. Sociology. Why am I not surprised she has that? And they, I don't think so. I feel that she does not. Good grief. That's a horrible thing right there. Teachers may unintentionally let non-academic factors like students' behavior. Well, yeah. We have or whether the students show up to virtual classes to interfere with their final evaluation of the students. Well, if they don't show up to the class, what are they learning? How are they test? All that is logical stuff, crazy lady. Traditional student grades include non-academic criteria that do not reflect students' learning gains. I get that point, but you should get reprimanded for being disruptive. You should be reprimanded for not showing up. How can you learn if you don't show up? How you should get a check and you don't show up the job, huh? Like the logic is out the building. Including participating at on-time homework submissions. Well, yes, because when you get out of the world, your boss would like to have you have deadlines. You know, I don't know. Hey, I have a job doing architecture. I have deadlines. I have 2 big jobs that needs to be designed and done up by tomorrow. It's gonna get done because that's what we get paid for, to produce these things at that time. Jeez Louise. Take a kid and put them in take one of these kids and put them in my position. What are they gonna do? They're gonna fail. School districts across the U.S. are experimenting with getting rid of 0 to 100-point scale. Oh my goodness. The other strategy is to keep missing assignments and dramatically bring down the overall grade. Well, if you miss assignments again, yes. Others are allowing students to retake tests and turn work in late. Also coming under the scrutiny are extra credit assignments that can favor students with more advantages. Well, hell, yeah. Forenza called for the switch of the race-based grading last August, after issuing a report chronicling the spike in F grades by, well, Nani? So let me get this straight. Your district is crappy, and you got a lot of Fs because the same thing you were saying. They don't show up to class. They're behaving bad. And you think by not taking that grade, you change it. Oh, this is ridiculous on so many levels. I guarantee you this is going to fail and blow up in their faces. This is why I said again, one of the most dangerous people out there, other than a man who's cornered or a man that don't have a purpose. A person that's cornered on a purpose. A dangerous person is a person who has knowledge but don't have no wisdom. That's a very, very dangerous person. The district administration will adopt language that makes and keeps the system visible and continue to name racism as a complex, interconnected structure. If you keep talking about racism, it's going to keep on being portrayed. And all this is racist. All this is racism. All this is racism right here. So this is how racism keeps on living. As Thomas Sowell said, it's almost dead, but only the race hustlers keep it alive and the race baiters. And this is a race thing that these white liberal women, majority of the time, keep on pushing for. The most racist thing. I swear. Just ridiculous. She wrote, "We must recognize the unique challenges facing during the pandemic to intensify the need for a systematic approach to confronting racial and systemic discrepancies often experienced by underprivileged student population." No, it does not. Y'all lie. Last year, West Cook News reported on a Justin grade point average scale implemented by teachers. Fiona Hill, it lowered the score for F's by 19%. Yeah, but the kids don't learn nothing. Y'all crazy. You're a crazy chick. And that son of a person is a crazy chick too.
I will send you to Jesus.
Are her parents brother and sister? Can you please leave now? Oh, now I get it. She's a moron.
They are. Just because you got your degrees doesn't mean that y'all intelligent. Y'all are stupid people. God, y'all are dumb. And most of it y'all doing it as well. So another thing that y'all doing is for because you want a kid so you could get y'all money. Because again, if the kids are a certain way in a certain way, it's just this school district is gonna be crap. It is crap. It literally is. Forcing elementary school students joining Pride. I don't get this. And this is another thing with the Pride when that killed me. Why Pride? Why? Why you need pride? Pride is something that is a sin in a way for the Bible. 1 and 2. I'm not. It's just like I say. Oh, you shall. Look, I'll say the thing. I can't take pride and accomplishment that I was born black or white, as Joe Biden says, since I didn't vote for him. I can't take that because I wasn't born. I was born this way. I had no choice in the matter. So I should take pride and stuff that I'm black. I never understood that. I never understood that. But these schools, I'm telling you, teachers out there, I mean, parents out there, keep on fighting to go to fight that you guys are going this and you're seeing the, white fragility and all the other stuff. Keep fighting that stuff, please. Well, let's go and end it with another thing that's stupid. And, again, well, I'm not surprised. Let's see this play here. Are you going to just play music? Yep, you're going to just play music, so I don't care. Of course, Nancy Pelosi's husband pushes back after DUI arrest. He was driving his flashy 2021 Porsche. That's what he was doing. And he was drunk. And he went out there and drive. And we know that's a bad thing, right, kids? He's going out there and driving. And so let's get it straight. Pelosi was subsequently charged with misdemeanor. Of course, it will be a misdemeanor. It will never be something for driving it with a DUI. And again, it killed me this. He's 82-year-old real estate multimillionaire, venture capitalist. Again, you think that crazy old coot that's your close is gonna write bills to go against her husband? No, she's not. That's why I was kidding when everybody like the rich gotta pay the fair share. You're rich and you're not gonna make a bill for yourself. Freaking hell. Nancy Pelosi subsequently charged with 2 misdemeanors, of course, because he's a powerful man, including driving while having a blood alcohol level of 0.8 or higher than Napa County's booking records. Well, if he has higher, then he should be DUI and it should be a felony in that way. Pelosi spokesperson failed to respond to the Daily Beast request for comment on the incorrect reporting he was referencing, while Pelosi hasn't taken responsibility for driving while impaired. Of course.
What the fuck?
While Pelosi hasn't taken responsibility for driving while impaired. Dude, you hit a car. A prior driving offense erroneously attributed to Mr. Pelosi is untrue and likely refers to an unrelated person with the same name. Holy crap! Are you kidding me on that? Did you wait? Let me read that again. Hold on. Let me see again. Prior to the offense, he's saying that they're unrelated with the same name.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
What? The error must be corrected, the lawyer said in the statement. There are also incorrect reports of misstate in time events. What 82-year-old multimillionaire venture capitalist of the third powerful person in the Congress? Are you kidding me? Y'all are such a oh my goodness, y'all full of nonsense. This is why I hate politicians and their spouses in most cases. Early Sunday morning, Pelosi was bailed. If it wasn't him, why was he in jail? Why did he get bailed out? What the boy? You guys could come with some crap. Despite Pelosi taking issue with personal matters regarding former President Trump, she said she won't be commenting on her husband's DUI. Of course she won't. But your husband is a
you piece of loser.
Just like you are a
You piece of loser.
Freaking hell. That is crazy. Oh my goodness. Well, yeah, that is crazy. But I'm not surprised by these politicians. Not at all. Let's see. Okay. All right. So now we see all that is. And y'all literally vote for these bastards. That's the problem I got with all this stuff. Again, if you don't want to vote Republican, I can tell you Republicans are not all that great either. So I get that. But can you please hold these politicians to foot to the daggone fire when it rules for thee, not for me? That's basically what that is. Let me get this straight. It's the wrong person, but you was arrested and you was in jail. But it was the wrong person by the same name. How many people have that same name? And then at the end, Nancy Pelosi saying that she don't want to. Oh my goodness, y'all are so full of crap. Y'all are such full of nonsense. But that's what we got, though. That's what we got. Whew. Look, I want to thank you guys out here for giving me your time, your ears, your minds, and open up to listen to, okay? Thank you for joining me tonight for this show because, again, it is crazy how some of this stuff works out. It's unbelievable. It literally is unbelievable. This is just crazy. But again, thank you for giving me time and everything. Again, parents, be in your summer school is coming up, and I get it. There's gonna be a break, but be in your child's life. Okay. We got like 32,821 people tonight. Good, thank you. Be in your child's life, please. And remember, check out all the places we need to go to, Facebook, Tempo FM, Twitch, YouTube, Spotify, and many more platforms. The link is in the description to check this out. Really, I hope you guys enjoy this. And please take care of yourself. Join us tomorrow, of course, with Project Mike with a side chat. We're talking about stuff. Also, keep a lookout. Next week, we're gonna start some more stuff. We're gonna get back to the Straight No Chasers, and we're gonna have more new stuff added on to the program. So most cases you catch it out. It will be Project Mike on YouTube or Spotify. You'll check it out as well too, because we're gonna carry Straight No Chasers to Spotify. And you guys could listen the video form so you could watch and listen and hear what's going on. We're going to be adding on more people. Of course, Dr. Feelgood, or Ken as we call him, he's going to supply more videos and stuff to the program. So keep an eye out about that. The first thing that he's talking about was basically joint accounts for married couple. Very inquisitive and something that's very good listen to. I can say a good video to listen to. You understand how to manage a lot of things financially out there. Good advice, and I want you to hear it. So look out for that. And again, look out for more Straight No Chasers that's gonna be coming out as well too. Just been a little, like I said, it's been under the weather after coming out of COVID and trying to get everything back on track. But again, join us tomorrow with the rest of the gang with Side Chat. I'm gonna talk about what we're gonna talk about. All right. With that said, remember, evil comes in all shapes, size, color, creed, height, sex, political party, school districts. Evil is evil, as we just did all the stuff. And remember, people are stupid, individuals are smart. So please be that smart individual. This is your boy Tig, signing off. Catch you next week, Thursday. Project Over Mike. Peace out.